Hello and welcome to the latest Berry Hydraulics Group project. Here we see Western Prince, the project being restarted and getting the Loco back into traffic. The Loco was painted in BR blue for a photo charter in 2013. However, work is being planned to get the engine rebuilt and reinstalled back into the Loco. And here is the engine in question, the MD655 for Western Prince. The engine needs all 12 liners to be pulled out as the liner seals are leaking, which is causing oil and coolant to mix, which is obviously not a good thing. The engine looks to be in a bit of a state, but remember the MD870 for the high mech was also in a similar state, and we got that back up into a nice presentable state and working reliably. So exactly the same treatment as the high mech engine. The engine will be completely stripped down, inspected, painted and rebuilt. It's important to note the main reason why this is taking so long is we are a very small group with 4 locomotives to look after. On the pallets here are the cylinder heads for the 655. We'll strip them all down, clean them up, remove all the valves and ensure everything's as it should be. Here you see the decompression valve. These will be all stripped down like on the high mech project. Plenty of sludge and old carbon to remove before it goes back onto the block. This is the transmission, which is awaiting a reverser selector to be fettled. The cooler group sits on top of that, which needs a little bit of work, and the void here is where the engine will go. As we all know, the Loco's had a full rewire and just waiting mechanical components to go back onto the Loco. As touched on, we are a small group with 4 Locos to look after. For example, the high mech needs a new vacuum exhauster as the sump oil from the exhauster is passing over into the vacuum chamber. Some of you may have noticed that there's smoke or steam coming from underneath the Loco when the engine's running. It's not from the engine, it's actually from this exhauster as oil mist which is passing over and out of the Loco. The actual exhauster itself is probably going through its entire sump oil within a couple of round trips on the East Lancs. The motor side has actually been overhauled very recently, so this will be going back into the Loco once we've overhauled it. So some literature here on the actual exhauster and how to tackle the repair. We believe it's a lip seal that's just failed, which will need to be removed and replaced. However, we do foresee a few issues as it might have wore the shaft. Luckily, we have a spare available which we've tested and all appears to be working well. It's not the prettiest of exhausters and not the prettiest of motors. However, it appears to be working and is giving good readings, which is going to allow us a bit of time to swap over and continue to use the locomotive while we facilitate a repair on the old exhauster. Before we put it into the Loco, we will give it a quick clean and overhaul, put it into the Loco, repair the existing one, and when this one comes out we'll give this a full overhaul and have it in that part of our spares arsenal. Quite amazing as this particular motor and exhauster had spent most of its life outside and just with a little bit of work managed to bring it back to life. So that concludes this short update and hopefully be many more. Please help us by supporting the hydraulic group and also help support us by visiting the East Lancs Railway on our Western Region Gala, 13th and 14th of April. Thank you very much and see you on the next video.